no need of it. Yes.
Good evening. Welcome to Mission San Jose. And I'd like to invite first, before we begin, I'd like to invite our pastor, Father T, up for a few words.
Thank you, Debbie. And I was told that I should come here to say one word, welcome. And that's it. And after that, Debbie will say a few words, and after that, I should approve her message, and that's it. So thank you, everyone. So my name is Father T, not coffee. So what a great joy as we gather here, and thank you for your loving presence here to support our sacred music today, to support our event to restore and take care of the mission, and also to support our music ministry. So once again, thank you so very much, and God bless you all. Have a wonderful evening to all of you. So Debbie.
Once again, good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and beloved parishioners, good evening and welcome to St. Joseph Catholic Church, Mission San Jose, Diocesan Shrine of St. Joseph. We extend a special and heartfelt welcome to the members and guests of the Committee for the Restoration of Mission San Jose, who join us this evening for their annual benefit gala. It is a joy to have all of you with us for an enchanting musical journey. Flores de Música para organo, violines, violoncello y flauta. Flowers of music for organ, violins, cello, and flute. Thank you. We begin by extending heartfelt gratitude to our pastor, Father T. Huang, whose vision and compassionate and insightful leadership bring us together this evening. We are truly blessed by his presence. Thank you so much, Father T. You are a sweetheart. We also offer our deep appreciation to Monsignor Manuel Simas, whose more than 40 years of pastoral devotion at Mission San Jose have touched countless lives and left an indelible mark on our parish and community. Thank you so much, Father Manny. Thank you. He's in the law. This evening is made all the more special. The generosity of Gary and Nancy DeRigi and the Committee for the Restoration of Mission San Jose. We are grateful for their support and for hosting the gala benefit and the reception following tonight's concert. Thank you, Gary and Nancy. Tonight, we join in a celebration of the living tradition of Mission San Jose, where music, history, and sacred art come together in beauty and inspiration. This concert affirms our commitment to safeguarding that legacy and ensuring its vitality for future generations. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce our esteemed artist. Appointed in 2011, Mr. Ronald McCain has faithfully served as our campus-wide Director of Music Ministries, choir master, and organist. Before joining us, he was music director and organist at First Presbyterian Church in Oakland for 25 years. One of Mr. McCain's remarkable achievements here at Mission San Jose has been the founding of the Fray Narciso Duran Mission San Jose Orchestra. This ensemble not only honors the mission's rich musical heritage, but also brings together dedicated young musicians whose artistry tonight is nothing short of extraordinary. Their presence and performance are among the greatest highlights of this evening. Mr. McCain's academic journey is distinguished. At Indiana University's Jacobs School of Music, he studied under the legendary Thomas Binkley, earning a Master of Music in Harpsichord and a Performer's Certificate in 17th century Italian and Spanish chord music. His mentorship under Kenneth Mansfield at California State University, Hayward, where he later served as professor of organ and harpsichord, set him firmly on his professional path. Among his other mentors were Lorette Goldberg, Harold Vogel, Anthony Newman, and the incomparable Leonard Bernstein. The exceptional gift for improvisation also led to an appointment at Stanford University, where he taught with distinction and inspired many young musicians. Mr. McCain has shared his artistry on national and international stages, from Haarlem, the Netherlands, to Boston, with the American Guild of Organists. His acclaimed compositions, including Sacred Harp Dyads for violin and harpsichord, Moon Phase for orchestra, and 3 etudes for organ, have been premiered at the Juilliard School of Music, UC Berkeley, and Stanford University. A distinguished educator and improviser, he continues to shape and inspire generations with artistry, scholarship, and devotion to the Church's sacred music tradition. And now, with admiration and gratitude, please join me in welcoming Mr. Ronald McCain.
Thank you very much. So tonight, I'm very grateful to Father T and Debbie and everyone here for supporting the music. The music is not separate from the liturgy in my own way of thinking. And so the organ is the instrument of the church. Now, cast your mind, your imagination back to a time before television, cell phones, high-rise buildings, cars, trains, and other modern things that we are so used to. Take it for granted. And imagine walking into a church, a large church, maybe a cathedral, anywhere that you may have been. If you've only been to Grace Cathedral, put your mind there, or if you're in Barcelona, any place. Imagine that you are hearing the sound of a choir and organ. Now, there's no trains, there's no planes going overhead, there's no other sounds. Those are the primary sounds of the time. And the organ, the instruments, they placed such an importance on the pipe organ because it was probably the loudest sound anybody would have heard, except for a volcano or a very loud earthquake, something like that. But that was the sound that lifted the church up, that lifted them up. And we often think that prior to Vatican II, people did not participate. But I would submit that they did participate in a meditative way, the mystery of the faith. So the only thing that I really wanted to touch on the organ, because I want to get started, because I'm so excited with these players up there. If you turn around, there they all are sitting together. And here is the orchestra. They're looking at you, but all right, now focus on the organ for a minute, and I'll show you just a little bit before we get started so you have a little bit of background. This is the Rosales organ. These are called clarines, and they are the loudest stop on the organ, and they're horizontal, and they make a rather snappy, big sound. What are they intended for? Well, besides enjoying the sound and the regalness, they were probably used for liturgical purposes where there was something very important or a feast day. But they're also used for certain pieces called batallas, which is what I'm going to open with. And what they are is a structured piece called tiento, which is basically means to touch, like toccata. And it's an open form piece, and it's sort of programmatic in that you'll hear what sounds like a battle cry, and then a retreat, and then a burial, and all that kind of stuff. But in this particular piece, it's more like an answering back and forth, and echoing back and forth to different parts of the organ. Then, if you see these pipes, they actually play, the long ones, and the faces on there are of, some of them are of people that helped build the organ. Father Norkett's right there. And the organ builder is right there. And I don't see Father Manny anywhere, but we're going to put his picture up pretty soon. There's a bear, and the depiction of a Loney Indian. And here's Carrie Quaid, who was a curator for a while. And there's the organ builder. And I had a friend who helped build the organ. And they had various random Spanish-looking people. And this was very typical in Spanish organs. So Spanish music could be characterized in two sentences. It was extremely playful, it was extremely complicated and heady. The Spaniards most Iberian music had a predilection for counterpoint, intense counterpoint, answering back and forth, and rhetorical phrases that were musical rhetorical phrases. And then they would break into dance movements, such as the yacata, which I'm going to do a little bit at the end. If you focus on the keyboard, and then I'll stop, I want to get playing. This is the keyboard, and it is one keyboard, one manual, and it's like comparable to the piano, the second to the lowest C on the piano, but then it only has, it's only 4 octaves, 4.5 octaves. The Spanish organs didn't have pedals. They had little knobs that would sustain certain notes, but this organ we had to have pedals to accommodate with the liturgy and how organs are played during the Mass. These are the stops. This is the right hand, the left hand. Makes it possible from this note up that you can play a melody, and then something very unique to Spanish music, which you'll hear in the gatilla, which is the horse dance. which is the third piece that the organ's playing, they has a left-hand melody. And it's not really a melody like a melody, it's more like scales and divisions and things like that, designed to show off the keyboard player's skill. And so you basically had the trumpet stops, the regular stops, and then down here, well, you can't see it very well, but that's where the pedals are, down further, and those are my glasses. So without further ado, relax for about 2 minutes while I go back up to the organ, and thank you for being here. This is going to be a tremendous opportunity to hear the organ in alternatim with the choir. One of the things I wanted to mention is the second to the last piece, the versos, is in the style of the way the offices that were done, the liturgical offices, in that the organ would do a Kyrie verse or a psalm verse, and then the choir would do a psalm verse or the cantor. And they would alternate back and forth, often between other ends of the church. And this led a very elaborate, beautiful side to the liturgy. Well, thank you very much, and hope you enjoy it.